Hey guys, what is up? It is me, Pagey, here once again with another video on The Flash Season 4, and it's definitely a video I think we all have been, biting our fingernails and waiting for, and that is on the trailer for Season 4 that was just released at Comic-Con. So obviously we're going to break it down, but before we do that, I think we should watch it, so that's what we're going to do.
My name is Iris West.
Will you marry me?
Yes. And I was supposed to marry the fastest man alive.
Keep loving. Keep running. For me.
I promised him I'd run. So that's what I've been doing. Running. As fast as I can.
How could you possibly be fine?
Dad, what do you want me to do? Curl up in a ball and cry all day?
Sometimes I feel like if I believe in something hard enough, that'll make it real. I miss my friend.
Barry's not coming back?
You don't know that.
Barry told me to be strong. I'm being strong. Guys, what are we looking at? Expecting someone else?
Hey.
I don't understand. This should have worked.
Dead bang, fellas.
Please go to the pipeline!
You're up against some bad hombres. And what do you think you're gonna do against us with a sword?
Bring me the Flash, or else your city falls.
The hell kind of sword is that? If we don't offer up the Flash, people are gonna die, and that's gonna be on us. I made a few slight modifications, as Captain Solo would say. Iris, you of all people, how can you not be in on this?
I've got a lock on something.
It's him! It's him!
Now, Cisco!
So yeah, there's actually a few things to go over from that trailer. It's not as intensive, it's all from episode 1 by the looks of it, but obviously there's a panel with it. I will cover stuff said at the panel in other videos because they released this trailer pretty soon after the panel started. Not a lot was revealed, so I'll do videos on that in the next week or so from whatever is revealed if it's worth talking about. But obviously, before we get into the breakdown of the trailer, if you do want to leave a like on the video, it'd be awesome because I think we've been all waiting for this. And it's pretty awesome to finally get it, but also do let me know in the comments section down below what excited you most from the trailer, and of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. So really the trailer just starts off with basically an end of season 3 wrap up, which a lot of these trailers for all the TV shows usually do because one, they need to fill in time, and also they're just sort of reminding you what happened and where we're picking up from. Now, one of the interesting things going into the trailer, or not going into the trailer, but really as it started, was that Iris West was narrating. A lot of people thought, okay, we might get Wally West, because if Barry's gone, he's usually the speedster, they might have Wally West narrating, but they have Iris West narrating. She's, moving on from the loss of Barry, and it does seem that she's maybe moving on in like a sort of weird way than what other people or the rest of Team Flash might say are expecting her to. Like really, she's just dealing with it as if it's another day, like she's not dwelling on it at all. She's just trying to move on, which is surprising, but I guess also a good character move. It maybe shows that Iris West is maybe a bit stronger than what other people are thinking. But we'll have to wait until we jump into episode 1 before we really judge like what Iris is doing, because she might have other motives or another reason as to why she's acting this way. Maybe she has like a really deep down feeling that Barry will be back, and that's why she doesn't want to dwell on the loss too much. But it is pretty interesting to see Iris and Cisco dealing with Barry's loss together. It does seem like them two would be the ones who would feel the most damage from it, because Cisco and Barry are best friends. Iris and Barry are, were engaged. So it is, I think it's got to be a good dynamic, especially in episode 1, seeing how those two dealt with Barry's loss. I don't think they necessarily say in the trailer how far ahead it is, but we're just meant to assume it's meant to, that roughly 6-month jump. So you'd expect that's how long Barry's been gone. But yeah, we'll have to wait till episode 1 until we find out how long they've jumped ahead. But speaking of Iris, again, I've mentioned Iris a fair few times in these opening couple of statements on the trailer, but she's leading Team Flash. She is basically that Cisco role, And my guess for that is, I've said this in other videos when I heard rumors that Iris is meant to be leading, is that Cisco is possibly helping Wally with the metahuman issues. So he's not always at Star Labs to be like that central command unit, if you want to call it that. So Iris has to step into that role. I still think they struggle with the Iris character, and I don't think this is necessarily the best move, because it would be good if she did her journalism stuff and that was sort of a storyline they went with. But they might be doing that as well. We'll have to wait and see once again as we get into episode 1. We get our first like proper good look at the Samuroid who was seen on set. And yeah, he looks pretty cool. And yeah, so we saw some like behind the scenes photos, and he does like fly. He has like jetpacks, so we don't see any of that in the trailer, I don't think. Maybe because they haven't done the CGI yet, because that would be a bit more. But yeah, so he's meant to have like jetpacks, and we do see something later in the trailer, which is pretty cool. But one surprising thing in the trailer was Caitlin's back as Caitlin. Like, she doesn't have the blonde hair or something, so that's big. So hopefully you would hope they would explain that in episode 1 through a series of flashbacks, which I think we might get in episode 1, like a series of flashbacks from when Barry left to the point we come back in season 4 as to like what's been happening in Central City, mainly with Caitlin, because they really got to explain how she just went from the blonde hair back to how she looked. Maybe she's dyeing her hair, who knows, I don't know. But she does walk out with Captain Cold's gun. I don't know if this is sort of like foreshadowing that she's going to be using that. I don't know, or maybe there's a reason to use Captain Cold's gun. Maybe it's to take down the Samuroid, who knows. But yeah, I don't know why she had Captain Cold's gun, but if you have any idea, let me know in the comment section down below. Now, was I the only one that got like a massive throwback Thursday when we saw them come back to this landing strip, if you want to call it that? Because this is actually in the pilot where Barry did his training. They also came back here a couple of times in season 1. I think even in last season did they come back here? I'm not too sure. They've been back here a couple of times. I think Supergirl's filmed a couple of episodes on this landing strip as well. But it's always good when we come back here, because you know there's going to be something cool going down, whether it be training with a speedster, or as we see later in the trailer, which we'll get to, something to do with the Speed Force, which is pretty cool. We do see Peekaboo returns. Once again, we did see some pictures, also some set pictures, might I say, with Peekaboo. And there was sort of some confusion. Okay, is this like a flashback or something? But it was with Joe, so there was some confusion. But it does look like the pipeline malfunctions. Who does it? Is it the Samuroid? Is it, you know, the Thinker? I don't know if they really... I haven't watched the panel yet, so I don't know if they've confirmed the villain yet. But it does seem like the pipelines malfunction, and that's how she's escaped, because she can just like jump and stuff like that. I don't know if any other villains are going to escape, because they're still under there, under that Starline's pipeline, the particle accelerator thing. So I don't know if any other villains are going to escape, or it's just going to be Peekaboo for this episode, and it's just something that the team has to deal with. And this is pretty cool, and we do see the Samurai talking. It is still a bit hard to tell if it's someone in the suit, or if it is like a robotic samurai, as they are in the comics. We'll have to wait and see, or if there's like some person controlling it, or it's just like a person in like a robotic samurai suit, which would still make sense as to why they would call it a Samuroid, if you know what I mean. But essentially, he wants the Flash, or people will die. Now, I think 99% of you would know that there was pictures of Wally West on set as the Flash, and this does look like why he was dressed as that, to stop the Samuroid from killing people, and Wally's going to be taken by him, or something along those lines. You would think that's what they're going for, but we'll have to wait and see, because it does look like when we pick up in season 4 in current day, Wally's still in his yellow Kid Flash suit. So that's most likely why he's wearing the red Barry Flash suit. It's so the Samuroid won't go around killing people. But we do see the Samurai do some pretty cool stuff with his swords. So they're electrified, which is in the comics, they're electrified as well, I'm pretty sure. And he just demolishes people. Like, that was insane. And I'm assuming he might fly off after that. But this is meant to be episode 1. I don't think there's any content from episode 2 in this the trailer. That Peekaboo stuff might be from episode 2. I'm not 100% sure, but a lot of this stuff would just be from episode 1. But the cool thing to end off the trailer was the speed cannon, essentially. I'm pretty sure it was the speed cannon. Correct me if I'm wrong. It looks exactly like it. And it looks like Cisco's tinkered with it again, and they're going to use it to possibly try and get Barry out of the Speed Force. Now, we do see... Is it Barry? Is it Barry, or is it Wally in the suit? Because they could have been confusing us, because, as I said, there was set pictures of Wally in the Flash suit. They don't show the face of whoever's in this running around in the Flash suit. So this could be Wally running around, because it would be sort of weird if the Speed Force just manifested into like a subway tunnel. But so that could be Wally, or it could be Barry, and like he's sensing like the Speed Force cannon is being used, similar to how I guess they got Jay out of the Speed Force at the end of last season. But obviously it must be harder to get Barry out. He must be like in a deeper part of it, if that makes sense, of the Speed Force, and that's why he's had to tinker the speed cannon a bit more to get him out of it. But this could be at the end of episode 2, or it could be at the end of episode 1. Either or, because they have filmed parts of each of those episodes. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see when Barry gets out, especially how he looks, because people think he might have the beard. Grant was seen in Vancouver with a beard and stuff like that, because as I said, it's going to be around 6 months roughly since when Barry went into the Speed Force to when he most likely gets out. But I'm very excited. This trailer didn't necessarily show a lot, but it's not meant to. It's meant to be basically a teaser trailer. That's the best way to word it, even though they don't call it a teaser trailer. But hopefully you guys did enjoy the trailer, because we've been waiting for content to come out. And I think this was pretty fitting. I wasn't expecting a lot in it, but I wasn't expecting like nothing. And I think we got somewhere in between. But thanks for watching, guys. If you did enjoy the video, it'd be awesome if you could leave a like. Let me know in the comment section down below what you enjoyed most from the trailer. Did you see anything that I missed out on? And of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. I'll catch you later, guys, and goodbye.